Okay, welcome to the video. 2.5 is the new update here for the MPC. Now I'm running an MPC Touch, so I don't have access to supplies. What I will be talking about in this video is about the new function that we can see here in the browser. The Audition now has a sync and a warp tool, which lets us hear in time with the BPM synchronized the loops that we have in our browser. So it's very simple. The sync function here, what it does when you turn it on, it will play the sample when the new bar starts. So let's just get a sample here. All right, so I have a few loops here I created for us to test. The Audition turn the sync on and it will start playing when the next bar starts. Right? If you turn the warp on, it will play in time with the beat that is playing. So they have two different functions. One, synchronize. It will synchronize the play with the bars, right? So the sample will start playing when the next bar kicks in. So when the next bar starts, the sample will start playing. So that's what the sync does, right? And the warp, it warps the sample to the BPM of the sequence. Okay, so two different functions, right? So let's play this. You don't need to press play, you can just turn the data wheel. Okay, now if you go slower, you'll see that it's still synchronizing with the sequence. So back into the browser. Okay. Now the reason why I tested different bars with the same sample is because I had some issues with some samples that wouldn't warp to the sequence. Now I don't know why that is happening. I've tested a few things, but it works fine up to 8 bars. I haven't tested 16 bars, but if we go to 8 bars, it works well as well. So in itself, it's a great tool for live performance or just music production. We can now hear the samples that we have, hear the loops that we have. This is for loops, obviously. You can hear the loops that we have. And if you just want to hear a one-shot sample, you can turn the warp off and just hear the one shot in sync with the first bar of the sequence. But yeah, it's a great function to have to audition sounds straight from your browser. Now, as I was saying, I had some issues with this and it wouldn't warp all the sounds that I have. I don't know why it doesn't do that. So all the samples are in 16-bit. Some are warped, others aren't. I've also checked the hertz. Everything's at 44.1 kilohertz. So it's not about that. I don't know why it would be about that, but it just doesn't work for some samples. So what I did, I actually created a loop here on the MPC, exported that, and then that's what I'm testing right now. I have a beat right here that doesn't warp to the tempo. Right, so it doesn't warp. Now, this could be that it just doesn't warp a very long sample. Now, there are other things that I find curious that it doesn't warp, like these drum loops. And if you could, I'll put this running as well. And again, all the drum breaks are in 16-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. So just confirm everything that I really don't understand why some warp, why others don't. So it's still a mystery to me, but here we go. So Right, so it's not warping. Others do, and if you prepare them, they'll work just like I did here with the MPC. So I exported loops from the MPC out, and then they played very well with the rest of the song. So I just created two extra samples. This one has 64 bars. It's a 82 BPM sample. All right, cool. So this one is at 82 BPM, and I exported that out of the MPC just now. And the MPC is recognizing this as 82 BPM, and it is warping it with the rest of the sequence. So that's cool. Let's try that 16 as well. In case, there some samples don't work, but from what you just saw, I've been exporting loops out of the MPC and then trying to read them from the browser, and it works just fine. For some reason, and this obviously this just might be my fault. Some reason why all these other samples aren't working. I don't know why, but they're just not being read. But in any case, that's just what I wanted to show you. We have a new Audition warp plus the sync function that we can use to audition samples. Pretty cool if you're working with loops and stuff like that. And if you have that splice integration. If you don't have that splice integration, you can always integrate yourself with my Patreon. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Enjoy the 2.5.